Good evening, teachers. On the behalf of Gurushala, I welcome you all in today's spotlight session on role of community in education. So you might be wondering what is spotlight session. It's an online platform where we invite teachers to discuss and present their views on a given topic related to educational domain only, and it is particularly for teachers to come and share their expertise with other teachers. And before we move further in the session, let us know a little about Gurushala. Gurushala is an initiative of Indus Stars Limited and Vodafone Idea Foundation, and our content partner is Jigyasa, and the program is implemented by Pratham Education Foundation. And I would like to mention a few things before we go in the session. You can type your questions, answers, ideas, and thoughts in the chat box. You can share with them through this method, and there will be a certificate of participation at the as the session ends. So we will be sharing a Google form with you. Click on that link and share all the information. Make sure that you are sharing all the information right, because we would be sending you an certificate through email. So let's welcome our speakers today. In today's session, we have with us teachers. So we have with us Tangsen. So we have with us teachers with us. So I would like to welcome Clara ma'am and Tangsen sir. So welcome teachers in today's spotlight session. Before we go further, I would like you both to introduce to our audience. We'll start with you, Clara ma'am. Ma'am, please tell our audience something about yourself, about the school where you teach.
Good evening. I'm a teacher of Dobu Agadwe Government LP School. My name is Clara Enzangma. I have been teaching in the school for the past 21 years. I'm teaching in the primary section.
Thank you, ma'am. Senkhan sir, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Yes, ma'am. I myself is Sengkhan N. Marak, teaching in Tubu Achapek Government LP School since 2010.
Thank you so much, sir. Now we can go further in our session, and there will be a few speakers who might join us later. And as I have introduced you earlier, the topic for today's session is role of community in education. Now, I would like to go further a little, and I would like to ask a question from Clara ma'am. Ma'am, what do you think is the role of society in education? I would like to hear your thoughts on it.
Pardon, ma'am.
Ma'am, what do you think is the role of society in education? Would you like to share your thoughts on this?
Okay. As we know, society is everyone's first school. Every child start learning from his family, peer groups, etc. So society plays a significant role in education. It can influence in both ways, positively and negatively. The values, morals, and principles of society uh, that creates and then that upholds the same values, and then like every educational institution is also a part of it. So every child get direct or indirect learnings from the society.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Senkhan sir, would you like to add something to what Clara ma'am has said? What do you think is the role of society in education?
Yeah. In my view, I myself can say that society is very important in the part of education because it takes responsibility and accountability to identify the problem and in developing the students' community. So I can say that it is very important, like helping other children. So
Thank you,
that's all.
sir. Thank you, sir, for your thoughts. So we can move a little further, and I would like to ask one more question from you. How can a society ensure that every child has got access to quality education? What do you think, Senghan sir? How can we ensure that?
Yeah, the thing is that we can see that society can build a strong foundation for each and everyone because the thing is that the society can help to create an identity of being who we are, and we can learn from the surroundings, like what we can say, we can get experience by which we can grow and develop better personal achievement.
Sure. Clara ma'am, would you like to add something? How can a society can ensure that a child get access to quality education? Okay. Ma'am, can you hear me? I think ma'am's network is not working well. So we can move to the next question and we can discuss further. So, what do you think, Singh Khan sir? What is, in your opinion, what are the challenges that society faces in promoting education for all? As we got to know that our government introduced RTE Act in 2009. So, what are the challenges that a society faces when it goes for promotion education for all?
Uh, in that case, I don't have much idea, ma'am, but what I can say is that social problem with refers to this situation faced by the people in which we can um, we can achieve goal like uh, like any difficulties in the level of like student have faced. So in order to combat all these ways, the society and the teachers have to uh, be a part of uh, to discriminate all these challenges. So while a student is facing like such cases, we have to be very helpful to them, and uh, that's all. So I don't have much
Yes.
idea.
Yes, sir. Sir, especially we have seen that in developed countries, they have education for all. It is free of cost. But when we talk about developing countries or underdeveloped countries, what are the challenges they face when they want to go for education for all? For example, it is easy for developed countries to go for education for all, but a country like India, which is still developing, what kind of
Yes.
challenges India can face when it go for education for all? What do you think, sir?
Uh, So I don't have idea.
Yes. So it could be maybe because of the economic situations also. But I think if our community can help uh, all the stakeholders, one is government partners and the other is our society. Society can also contribute in making it possible. Maybe society can provide the fund. In some cases we have seen some examples where society comes forward and they open up a school. So I think in this manner society can also make it possible for a particular area that all the children in that area got are
Yes, ma'am.
getting the education. Yes,
Hello, ma'am. Yeah,
yes, sir.
yeah. I think it's network problem. Your voice is breaking, ma'am. Hello,
Okay.
am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Hello.
perfectly audible.
Yeah. From your side, it's the voice is not clear, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I was just giving an example that sometimes society comes forward and it comes with, it society itself provide the fund. So they open up a school for the people, for the children living in that particular area, and
Oh,
society becomes responsible for their education, and that's how they ensure that all the children are getting quality education.
yes, ma'am.
So, we have our next question. I would want to ask, what are some of the steps that society can take to promote equity in education? As we can see that societies are not equal in nature. Most of the societies are unequal in nature, and s- people face discrimination. So there are children who are coming from a very elite background, and there will be some who are coming from a lower socio-economic background. So how can the society ensure that they get equal opportunities? How can the society come and promote equity in education? So I would like to hear your views on this.
In my view, there should not be any social discrimination, like whether it may be from backward classes or from any for any student. So if we keep equal, then I think that is the most important role of the society.
We would like to hear your thoughts also, Clara ma'am. How can a society contribute in promoting equity in education? So a society can ensure by in as we see that there are inequalities in the society, so we can address the systemic inequalities. Society can recognize and address the systemic inequalities that are forcing a few children to face discrimination. So it could be in for example, the student could be lacking access to resources or funds or opportunities. So we have seen that in even Indian government had made certain policies which are made for marginalized communities so that they can get access to resources, they can get access to opportunities. So targeted programs can be made by the government, and in this manner we can address the systematic inequalities in the uh, society. So as I mentioned that there are some marginalized communities which need the support, so government can make particular policies for them, particular programs for them, so that they can get the opportunity and can make sure that all the children are getting equity in education. And we would like to go a little further, and we would like to look at one more question, that is, how can communities support school and teachers to improve student outcomes? For example, it could happen that in a village the community can ensure that the school is providing them a good education. So Senkhan sir, I would ask you to give me an example, maybe from your school, where people from the community came and ensured that the teacher and students are, get are contributing to the education and they are ensuring the education is good. Have you heard of any such example? Can you share with us any such examples where community supports students and schools to improve the outcome?
Yeah, as we can see that in my school, especially what we call that managing committee, they monthly they used to visit my school, and then they used to ask the students also how further they have learned, and then not only that, even they see what they have learned, and they used to check, and I told them to check their what we can say that regular uh, activities which is done by the students. So in that case, sometimes I got you know uh, that they give some good examples for me, and even for the students also. So in this way, some in some cases I got some good examples, and not only the examples, but even I can learn something from the community also.
Yes, sir. SMCs are, I think you are referring to SMCs?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you tell us who all are there in SMCs and how any decision is taken there? So, can you tell us a little more about SMCs?
Yeah, SMC it consists of normally 12 members, and from that 12 members, there is parents representative, especially this parents representative, and then the other one is called educationist, which is appointed by the district authority, which is called deputy inspector, and then so the most important role is taken by that the educationist, because he used to visit my school, because the person is they appoint the CRC's coordinators. They used to visit monthly, in some cases, even in quarterly also. So regular visit means it helps not only to me, but even for the children also, and it's important for the village people also.
Thank you, sir, for sharing with us about SMCs. And I think SMCs is a great example. How can society can come up with all its stakeholders and can make them sit together and think about how it can provide quality education to all the students. We
Yes.
have Tengsin sir also. Tengsin sir, we would like to hear your views on how can society ensure that students get equal access to education.
Uh, Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Uh, in my opinion, like ensuring them to provide educate facilities, like it may be the financial assistance. Most of the students here in Meghalaya are run by the private uh, individually. So in such cases, most of the administrator or maybe the person who established the schools got problems financially. So the more money they can have means they can set up the education in a better way. So financial assistance must be given to the educators. I mean to say the person who has been or who will set up the educational institutions, and mainly the villagers, the people who stays in the remote areas. So the transport facility must be there, uh, so that they can access to the educational institution.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your thoughts. And there was one more question that I was asking Singh Khan, sir, that how can a community support schools and teachers to improve the student outcomes? So, sir gave me an example of SMC. So, can you give me an example where, community would have contributed in supporting to improve the student outcome? In, you might have seen it in your happening in your school or maybe nearby school, or maybe you might have heard of any such example where community contributed in improving the student outcome. Can you share any such example with us?
Yeah, actually, in my school, I can say that especially the parents. If I tell you the truth, it was neglected, or it was fully neglected by the parents. So last time also we have already have discussed with the SMC regarding that regarding on this case. So even the children, they don't have even a single this exercise book. So in that case, like this SMC, they have collected 100 rupees each, and then they have already purchased some copybook so that the students can they can distribute some copies to the students. So in that case, in my opinion, that they were doing something contributing to the students community by helping by giving this even I mean the copy books also.
Yes, sir. It's a great example where they came together and then collected the money and helped the students in getting good quality education. I think you might
Yeah.
have seen such examples. Thanks, and sir. Would you also like to share any such example with us?
Uh, can you repeat the subject, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Sir, I was asking Singh Khan, sir, that shares any example where communities could have come together to support the school and teachers to improve the student outcome. So he gave
Uh,
me an example where some of the people in SMC, they came together and they collected the funds and used that fund to buy books for the students. So it is an example where people are coming together and collecting money and using that for students' betterment. So can you give? Have you ever heard of any such example? Can you share it with us?
yeah, actually, as we have learned, three agencies like the institutions, the teachers, and the parents, along with the students. So we have to be active, participate on the education process. So uh, as a community, we can contribute the schools or the institutions, starting from our family, like giving them the necessary essential commodities. It may be the school text, it may be the copy books, or there's something that which is very essential for the students to cope with the educational process. So I think all the agencies must be active participate in the education process, so that we can give the quality outcomes on the education.
Sure. So this was one of the example. What do you think? Like, what are your expectations from parents when it comes to, betterment of their education? How can the community can help in, easing the workload of teacher? Is there any way they can contribute towards it?
Yeah, like I said, in a schools, we teachers are trying our best to educate them, to impart them. As a parents, as a community, they can also contribute. Like whatever the teachers have been trying to uh, taught them, to make them as a responsible citizens. So the parents are also responsible to guide them, whether they are doing in the uh, procedure or whether they are doing the homeworks, whether they are going to the schools in time or whether they are study. All those must be inspected. Means all the uh, things the parents should check. So doing all these things also they can contribute to the education process.
Also, they can volunteer sometimes.
Yes,
Maybe a
as a
community
guest
can,
teacher, as a guest teacher. Mm.
yes, as a guest teacher also. So community members can volunteer to help in school. It can help to alleviate some of the workload of teacher. For example, community can member can assist with administrative tasks, or maybe when teacher are taking students in the field trips. So if some parents can, if one of the parent can volunteer, and maybe one by one the parents can decide and they can help the teacher in those trips. So in, I think these are some of the example how parents can volunteer. And as you all mentioned also about sometimes they can help in terms of resources also. There can be examples when the students are facing uh, lack in terms of resources. So donations can be one thing. Communities can provide resources and donation that can reduce the financial burden on students. For example, donation of school supplies, like mentioned earlier, maybe it could be in terms of stationery, it could be in terms of something like tablet. For example, these days, the technology is becoming very important for students. So maybe something like this, all these kind of resources which can help student to better access to the education, these kind of donation could be helpful. And as mentioned earlier, parents can always be there to help. Parents can help, can sit along with the teachers, maybe in parents teacher meetings also, where parents and teachers are sitting together and finding a way how their student can perform better. So in a way, overall we can say that community involvement can help teachers, students, to create a more supportive and collaborative environment. And it can be useful for everyone. It can be good for a society, it can be good for a nation. So in this manner we can say that community can contribute. And I would like to say, like, it was very nice to listening to you all, and thank you so much for connecting with us. And we can move further. And um I think so. Today we looked at a few questions. We tried to understand that how can a society can play role in education. How can a society can ensure that every child has access to quality education? What are the challenges that a society can face in promoting education for all? And what steps the society can take? So we looked at a few of the examples shared by our teachers. And then we looked at how community can support schools and teachers to improve the student outcome. So these are the things that we tried to cover up in this session. And we would like to move further now. And we would like to talk about Gurushala's summer camp now. So it was a really nice session with you all teachers. We would like to inform you all about Gurushala's summer camp. So Gurushala is going to conduct a summer camp as the vacations are going on. Gurushala is going to have a summer camp for students. It would be for the month of May and June, and student can come and register, get themselves registered, and accordingly they can participate in the sessions that we are going to conduct for them. The sessions would be on self defense, it would be on DIY, it would be on theater, fun with fitness, health, and hygiene. So the students can come and register and can attend all these sessions. There will be prizes after the end of every session, and it's going to be very fun and learning journey for students. And we request all the students to get themselves register for the session, and this is going to be free of cost. So it's a way. Gurushala is a platform. We also try to help our teachers, our students in the field of education. We try to help students uh, through the capacity development. We have certain module self-paced course available in our website, which the students and teachers can both use for their skill enhancement. The Gurushala platform has everything. It could be even we have a content library. So if you are not looking particularly from the point of view of skill, you just want knowledge, so you can go and visit our content library. It is curriculum aligned, so you can go there, you can look for the subject that you want to know about. You can use all the filters are available in our platform. So you can filter out the class, you can filter out the subject, you can filter out the chapter, and then you can go there and get access to the knowledge. And we were talking about access to quality education. So Gurushala is one such platform where you can go and access all these knowledge resources. It was about knowledge. And for skill, I mentioned that we have got self-paced educational modules that you can go and have a look at it, and you can use it for your skill enhancement. Or we have and for knowing a little more about Gurushala, I would like to invite Abhishek. So Abhishek is here with me, so he would be telling us a little more about Gurushala. So over to you, Abhishek.
Oh, I think I was on mute. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I can repeat it again. Thank you, Sain Khan sir. Thank you, Clara ma'am. Thank you, Tang Singh sir, for connecting with us, for joining today's session on role of community in education. It was a very wonderful session. In fact, it was a very wonderful discussion uh, on this topic, and you all have shared your thoughts and opinions. So coming to the Gurushala summer camp, summer camp, so we will have a small demo how students can register themselves in this summer camp. So I'll just quickly share my screen so that I can present you how students can go to the platform, how students can follow the steps to register themselves Gurushala summer camp. So let me share my screen, Sunita. Okay. So okay. So here you can see. So I'll brief all the steps. So I'll just go to the home. So I'm using a Google Chrome browser. So in this browser, I'm using Google search engine. Basically, I will type here Gurushala only. Then press on the enter button. Then you will give you will get a link, which is the first link to visit the website. Then I'll click on the first link. Then you'll have to click on this banner. So you'll have to click on the next banner so that you can get the right banner to register on the Gurushala summer camp. So I would encourage all the teachers to please share this information with your students, so that they can join with us. And so, like Sunita also mentioned, that we will have different types of activities for students. So here is the banner, and here is the button by which you can go to the next or previous banner. So I'll just, when you will get the Gurushala summer camp banner, okay, I'll click again to the previous button. Okay, so you'll have to click on this link, particular link. It will redirect your student to the registration form, which are open now, so they can register themselves. So they will have to put their all basic details like full name, mobile number, or WhatsApp number. It would be great if they can provide us their WhatsApp number, because we will be connected, keep in touch with the students on WhatsApp. So yes, something went wrong. Okay, okay. So I guess there is a problem. Let me share my screen again. Uh, okay. So yes, yes,
Meanwhile, we can also ask our teachers, have their vacation started? Did your vacation started?
yes, and it would be great if you can tell us through chat section, so you can let us know, so that we can also get the information, and we can plan the activity accordingly. So yes, I was saying, teachers, when you will click on the banner of Gurushala summer camp, it will redirect you to the registration page, registration form. Okay, so here is the registration form where students will have to fill out their basic details like full name, then their WhatsApp number, mobile number. I would like to repeat, it would be great if they can share their WhatsApp number, because we will be keep in touch with them on WhatsApp. So we will provide each and every each and every detail of the activities that we will be conducting the next day of the session. So okay, so mobile number, then they will have to put their school name, then they will have to select state, and then click on the next button and follow the procedure. Then at last they will get the option of submit button. So they will have to submit the form, and we will get their registration. So yes, this is all about summer camp. We will also provide the calendar to the students, so that they will be get updated. So what activities we will conduct to the next day. So yes, this is the Gurushala platform for teachers and for students. For teachers, there are so many offerings. They can visit to the platform. First, you can see for teachers and students, there are so many course modules they can complete, which are based on basically skills, and also these course modules are self-paced, so they can complete these courses as per their time availability. Okay. And then content library, then Gurushala Academy, on which Gurushala conducts online classes for students, which are free of cost, so students can join the classes as per their availability. So yes, this was all about Gurushala, and there are a lot of things actually on this platform to explore. So we would request to the teachers to explore this platform and utilize it in their teaching learning process in their school. Yeah, Sunita.
Yes, thank you so much, Abhishek, for introducing Gurushala summer camp to all of us. So now we would go further. And as the session has almost ended, so we are going to share an attendance link form with you. Make sure that you mention your email ID correctly, because we are going to send your certificate in the respective email IDs you have provided us in the Google form. So the attendance form link will be shared with you by our team on the link, and also you will get it in your WhatsApp group. So we'll be sharing a form link. Please mention all the information correctly, and after a few days you will get certificate of participation in your email IDs that you have provided us in the form. Now, as Abhishek has mentioned you all about Gurushala, we want you to stay connected with us for more updates. Day to day, we keep on conducting online training for different districts for teachers, and we also have spotlight session like the one which we had today. So we keep on conducting spotlight session. You can come and participate in other sessions also. You would find these session being conducted very frequently. You would find 4 to 5 spotlight session in the month. And then we also have Samvad. Samvad is a session where we invite an expert, and that experts speak on a particular theme related to education. So it is one of the session which is liked a lot by teachers. So you can also find Samvad very frequently happening at Gurushala. So as we keep on sending you updates, so you will get all the messages related to these session on your WhatsApp group. So stay connected and you will keep on receiving these updates. So we have competitions which we keep on conducting for students and for teachers. So Gurushala is a community for teachers and students for their capacity development. So we encourage teachers and students to participate in these competition and keep themselves updated. And there is a session called Skill Up that we conduct for teachers and students. So you will find all these sessions happening at Gurushala very frequently. We would request you to stay connected with us and stay connected with us, and you will get all the updates first. And thank you so much to all the teachers who were connected with us for this session. And I would like to thank our spotlight experts also. So I would like to thank you, sir.
Before ending this session, we would like to take up a question which is asked by a teacher in the comment section. So, any student can join this summer camp. This question is asked by Reshma ma'am. So ma'am, this in this summer camp, any of the student can join, online. So yes, thank you teachers for being with us during the session, and especially Srikant sir, Dancing sir, and Clara ma'am. Uh, thanks again.
So I would
Uh,
just like to add something.
yes.
These all these sessions are taken by experts, so you can come and participate. Your student can come and participate in these sessions, and these are particularly based on extracurricular activities, so the students can learn a few more skills by participating in these sessions. Over to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Sir, you are audible. You wanted to share something? Please go on.
Yeah. Actually, the thing is that I want to know regarding this summer camp. This summer camp, that has to be actually it is the platform for the students, right? So in that case, I want to share in my village. I mean the school area, especially they don't have even the mobile phones also, and the thing is that we can see that in that case that we have to help them out to register all these things, or there is any some other way that the students can learn through this summer camp.
Sir, I definitely technology has got some limitations. So I would say this is one of the limitation that we are facing. That due to lack of internet connectivity, students can be facing difficulty to attend the session. But this is a challenge. Maybe the community can come and help us. Uh, so it could be a solution that we can explore. That how can we, as a community, can help the student to solve this problem of limitation of technology,
Okay.
particularly internet connectivity. Yes.
But there are so many, like I sir, presented on the screen. There are so many things like online competition, so they can these are all are the things which are very time paced, self paced, so they can utilize as per their availability, as per their resources.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, teachers, for connecting.